What's up everybody, how's it going? Tonight's video is just going to be more of a discussion video rather than music related. Pretty much gonna chat with you guys about a video segment I saw that Steve Vai did a while back when he was doing that Guitar Center clinic thing in California. He talked about strengths and weaknesses when it comes to guitar playing, and he went on to say that he has weaknesses but he ignores them and he focuses on his strengths. So that may be kind of reflective of what my strengths and weaknesses are when it comes to guitar. Strengths are that I'm a really good rhythm player. I can back up almost any lead guitar player. I know how to stay in time. I know how to play full chords, and if I have to, I can harmonize and whatnot. I can solo, but that's a weakness. But strengths is that I can write full pieces of music, and from start to finish. Lyrics, not so much, that's another weakness. Another strength is that I know when to kind of hold back and let other musicians have their time. For instance, my brother pointed out to me that I'm really good at backing off on the guitar when the drummer's doing a fill, and then we come back on the one. I never really noticed that before. It just felt natural to me. So my weaknesses, that's a lot. So let's start with lead guitar. I'm not a soloist by any means. Every band I've been in since the age of 14, I've usually been the rhythm player or the only guitar player. And I know a lot of only guitar player bands work out perfectly with them doing both rhythm and lead. Dream Theater comes to mind, obviously. They've never been a band with two guitars. I know Morbid Angel at some point was always, not always, but some point had just Trey, or it was Eric or some other dude, but there was a time when it was just Trey and it worked just fine. So soloing is a weakness that I have that I generally do try to improve, just because I am the only guitar player. Now when it comes to certain styles in lead guitar, there's sweep picking, economy picking, and legato, staccato, a bunch of classical stuff. Those are all my weaknesses. I've been trying to sweep pick now since I've clicked on YouTube for the first time. Back, I don't even know when that was. And for some reason, my brain and receptors just don't click correctly. Certain phrases I can go up, but going down, it's a mess. And I don't want to say I want to give up on it, but at the same time, it's like I should really not focus on a weakness like that, taking Steve's advice. That being said, it's a double-edged sword, because I like Devin Townsend's advice of, like, if you have an idea in your head, practice technique to where you have that idea, you can execute it by yourself. Yeah, it can get overwhelming with what to do on guitar. And another weakness is listening to too many people and taking in too much advice. I think the best advice I ever heard was Rob Chapman. He did a video way back when he, I guess, had his midlife crisis and had dreads and went vegan and whatnot. He had a video that was really cool because he said, play guitar and do what you want to do that excites you. And he goes on to say that's a vague sense, but he gave it an example of, if you like blues guitar, then play blues guitar. Don't worry about what Yngwie Malmsteen's doing or what some 8-year-old kid is doing. Play what you want to play and just roll with that. And now that being said though, like, if you want to learn new things, by all means learn new things. But for me personally, I get very hung up and frustrated when I've been trying something for so long and still can't get it right. So that's a weakness that I should probably work on or ignore it, because frankly, I'm the point in my life where I kind of just want to play what I want, and if I can't do it, then I'll figure out another way to do it. That's the strength too, is having self-confidence. It's very easy to get overwhelmed by how many people are better than you and me, and I do have jealousy issues. I do get upset when I see people that can play better than I am, and other people that can grasp things quicker. I remember I played in a band called The Extinction, which I eventually went to bass guitar, and the guitar player Jesus is amazing at alternate picking and string skipping, and I'm like, why the fuck can't I play better than him? I've been playing longer. That doesn't mean you're going to be better if you're playing longer. My point is, it's like I have that inner jealousy for some reason, and even it goes back to when I was a teenager, kind of getting competitive with a friend of mine. His name is Jay Sonder. Jay, if you see this, this is kind of how I felt back then, and I'm kind of apologizing now also for kind of being a douche. But I remember when you told me that your band got a show at Pharaoh's Golden Cup, and I wasn't happy. I was like, fuck, how come I can't have a gig? I'm in a band. The fuck is that? I wasn't happy for him. I just looked at myself in a very selfish way. So that's a weakness that should get worked on. But that also works on a strength. Like, don't worry about what other people are doing. Be happy for other people. Because who knows, maybe you'll get that opportunity or maybe you won't. That's not your issue. Or not issue, it's not your opportunity, it's theirs. Be happy for them. So that's something I need to fix. What's another weakness I have? So yeah, just lead guitar stuff, jealousy, and being jaded. I know it sounds funny because I'm 43, so I could easily chalk it up to me getting older. But I've been like that since the start, playing guitar. I've always been kind of jealous of other players. Like, why can't I do that? Well, there's a mountain of reasons why I can't do that, because I also don't have the mental attention span. I'm not, diagnosed with ADHD, but I'm pretty sure I have some level of it. And back in the 80s, especially with my family, they just like, no, he's fine. He just doesn't want to do it. Or it's just not for him. That's the excuses that my parents would say. So instead of getting me tested for stuff, they just brush it off to where I'm just a kid who didn't care, which on some level they are correct. There are a lot of things I generally don't give a shit about. But there are times when I have to really focus on something. Even my doctors are talking to me. They're telling me straight up what I need to do, and I'm thinking of, like that line from Friends. My mouth says one thing, but my brain says monster trucks. It's like, I really should get tested for that, because I think if they would have when I was a kid, I think I probably would be better off by now. Even now, I don't have a script. I'm just rambling. I'm going off on things. I have an idea in my head, but I'm not sticking to it. I'm just rambling. So yeah, my attention span isn't the greatest. So if I get hung up on something, I'm like, fuck it. I'll just do what I do all the time. That's not really growing as a guitar player. So I really need to focus and learn. See all those books? Some of those books I've had since 1995, and I've barely made a dent in them. There's a book, Megadeth Countdown to Extinction tab. Bought that when I was 15. I played one song. That's it. I have jazz books. I have other great tabs in there. The Darkness, Death Clock. What's another one? I've been trying to do this one. Shredding Bach now for 2 years. I have a total book on jazz guitar chords I've had since 1999. I even bought the Nevermore book to learn how to play like Jeff Loomis. I have the DVD. Haven't even touched it. Like, I want to be a better player because I know that's what grasps people on the internet as well. Yeah, I can sit here and play all the punk rock I want, which that excites me. Like, that's a genre that excites me. And a specific type. I don't like pop punk. I think it's too happy. I like the idea of just playing what you want and how you want. I think what really inspired me to play punk was back in '96 when Slayer put out Undistributed Attitude. It was the punk cover. That album that album's fucking amazing. Just to play that aggression and that speed, I'm like, I want to do that. But at the same time, I want to be better. I want to be flashy, and I want people to pay attention to me. And that's the thing too. Another weakness is that a lot of people don't really admit why they're playing guitar. I know there are some friends that watch this that I play music. Great. I want to play to make money. And there's also some shaming when people admit that from the community. Oh, you want to make, you're not in it for the art, you're not in it for the passion, you're not in it for the fun. Well, I can have fun doing it. I want to make money at it too. Yngwie Malmsteen said it best. Nothing wrong with getting famous, but you should have fun while you're getting famous. So yeah, I got to playing into music because I wanted to do it for a living and make money. Straight up. I didn't do it for metal. I know there's attitude like I'm gonna sleep on a sleeping bag with cockroaches covering me, all for metal. No, props to you if you did it, but that's not for me. I don't want to fucking live in an abandoned fucking like building and piss in a pot and be homeless and starve to death. Those bands that did that, I mean, props to them. I couldn't do that, and I don't want to do that. I also want to do it on my terms. I know that's not the greatest thing because the industry has changed. When I was started playing, you put out CDs and tapes and flyers and stuff. Now it's all Spotify and digital downloads. So my dream of becoming a famous getting paid musician that way is over. And I really have to adapt to what's new. Now I'm 43, and a lot of people might say, oh, it's too late. There may be some truth to that, but guys like Ola England, Glenn Fricker, Keith Merrow, Bradley Hall. Now, Bradley's a little younger than me, but the other guys are around my age or older, and they did it. They adapted to what's going on. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, that's the industry now. So weakness is holding on to a dead dream. Holding on to a dream that is never achievable because of how things have changed. Strength's admitting that dream is over. You have to adapt. And that's what I'm trying to do, is adapt to this ever-changing music industry with no money. I would love to be making music for companies or, I don't know, advertising, whatever, put food in my fridge and a roof over my head. Now I have a day job. I'm actually switching jobs now. After 17 years, I am, as of St. Paddy's Day, that's my last day as a caregiver. Been at that job for a long time. And I'm going to a job that pays slightly less, but with tips. And sadly, my husband lost his job. His high-paying, kick-ass job. I'm not going to go into details, but it sucks around here right now. That's also why I didn't have a video on Thursday. Blue Jay and the Pigeons are incredibly busy getting ready for our 2 shows in April. And it's just been kind of sad around here. Happy for me that I can finally go do a day job that I want to do and still do music, but it sucks that my husband lost his job. Because now we're down to almost one income. He's still there. He hasn't got his layoff date yet, but it's looking like it's going to happen pretty fucking soon. So that really sucks. Anyway, sorry. And again, rambling, ADHD. What's over there? Something shiny. Okay, so this is going on 12 minutes. I'm just going to keep talking. I know a lot of you guys who watch this, YouTube tells me how long people watch my videos. A lot of you guys pretty much hang out 2 minutes and you bail. I get it. I'm not entertaining. I'm not funny. I'm not playing flashy guitar. I'm just me. So, okay, weaknesses. Should I focus on trying to be Shreddy McShredder? Probably not. I think I should really just focus on goals. That's a strength, is admitting you need to do goals. For me, I need to get onto Taxi Music and start submitting my music to companies to make money. That's a thing I gotta do. I just need 300 bucks. And it's hard to do that when you want to keep buying guitars. My Solar T1.6C, the fret's getting worse. I gotta take it in and get repaired if it's even fixable. My Schecter 7-string is fucked, and the Johnson one is hanging in there, but I kind of just want to get a guitar that I can just use for the rest of my life. Now the Schecter one, it has some flaws. Nothing's ever perfect again. Like the whammy bar could be better. It's really tight. It's really tough. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm looking to get one, I don't want to say final guitar, but one guitar that I can just not worry about, not pay to get repairs. When I've had it for a year and a couple months and a couple months, that's crap. Where's my water? Here it is. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Taxi. Instead of buying guitars, I need to fucking buy that. These computers I have, husband and I gotta take them down to get reset, so I can get better programs for mixing and mastering and whatnot. And another weakness, procrastination. He's been sitting here for too long, so I think tomorrow I'm gonna have to like wake him up and be like, hey, let's get the fucking car, let's go take these down to get fixed. Because my brother's waiting on one. It's right here in front of me. It just needs a new Wi-Fi card, and then he's set to go. So yeah, procrastination is just do it. Just fucking do it. You know what I mean? And with practicing guitar, back to another weakness is YouTube stuff. I get distracted by YouTube. I do a lick and oh, what's this? What's on now? Who cares? Focus on playing. And I guess that's kind of it, guys. I know it's not the most entertaining video. I just want to share my thoughts and what are your strengths and weaknesses, and what are you guys doing to fix them or not fix them? Do you take Steve's advice and ignore the weaknesses? Do you take Devin's advice and work on everything so you can get your ideas out? Or do you just kind of do what you want to do, like what I do? So anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Next video will be out on Tuesday. I don't really know what that's going to be. I had a video concept in my mind. I forgot what it was. I don't know. Anyway, hit subscribe and that bell. We'll see you Tuesday.